Mary, and this is a very emotional and polarizing topic, and lawmakers on both sides don't agree on how to deal with gun control.
8 lives lost in Atlanta, 10 lives lost in Boulder in back-to-back mass shootings.
My heart aches for those families in the communities. You know, their loved ones aren't coming home ever again.
The killings have renewed the contentious debate on gun control.
It's long overdue, quite frankly. We're long past sending thoughts and prayers.
Here in Washington, Democratic Senator Patty Kuderer is sponsoring a bill to ban open carry firearms during protests and the Capitol campus. It's heading to the House for a vote. She introduced it just a month before the U.S. Capitol insurrection.
You don't need a weapon to express your First Amendment right. You just need your voice.
Previous proposals to ban assault weapons and limit high-capacity magazines have failed in our state.
Way too large a portion of the American public has forgotten that we're not talking about a regulated privilege. We're talking about a constitutionally protected right.
Dave Workman of the Second Amendment Foundation says more laws would punish responsible gun owners.
No sane person wants to see this kind of a tragedy unfold. But at the same time, they're tired of being blamed and penalized for something they didn't do.
Today, Republican leader John Braun said our country still needs to address underlying mental health issues that have been exacerbated by the pandemic.
It is unacceptable what's happening. I think everybody can agree with that. But the answer is not so simple as make one more law.
Asian Americans have been attacked nationally at an increasingly alarming rate. Those attacks often stem from inaccurate and racist ideas that Asian Americans are to blame for the COVID-19 pandemic. King County Executive Dow Constantine wants to set aside $5 million in federal relief money to help community organizations fight hate.
I want you to know that King County is using this opportunity, is using this moment to invest more deeply in community.
The group working to end racism is the King County Coalition Against Hate and Bias. Authorities say hate crimes are underreported. The coalition offers language and cultural support and works to collect data directly from impacted communities. The King County Coalition Against Hate and Bias says it offers people a safe way to report incidents without having to go to police. Debbie Lacey is with Eastside for All, a coalition partner that focuses on race and social advocacy work.
Whether it be language or culture or life experiences, we want to make sure that people are connecting with those that they feel can best hear them and best support them.
I believe that it's going to put a dent in racism.
Lydia Fatalia is with United Indians of All Tribes Foundation, another coalition partner. She's delighted that the county executive is investing $5 million in the coalition and community organizations.
It shows that the lifting is not only going to be made by people of color, but now by our allies and our government allies. And so we are excited about the funding to do this heavy lifting.
In Seattle, Suzanne Fawn, KOMO News.
That's right, Molly. Typically 100,000 cars would be coming right through this area every day. Drivers that are now forced to drive around, businesses that have to go back and forth the long way, or folks who simply can't come here at all.
West Seattle took a double hit in 2020, the pandemic and the closure of the West Seattle Bridge.
I cannot believe that it was a year ago that the West Seattle Bridge was closed.
Hundreds of businesses closed because of COVID-19. Then the bridge failure that made the peninsula seem like an island.
It's been hard on staffing. It's been hard on sales.
That's because coming to and from West Seattle now means a longer commute and traffic. What can we do to help with increased traffic with Phase 3?
If you have a choice to use a mode other than your single occupant vehicle, that's going to be helpful not only to you, but to all of your neighbors.
SDOT hopes the vaccines will allow more people to use public transportation as more gridlock is likely coming. Although many small businesses here are finding ways to keep customers coming.
More businesses opened up in the junction that closed.
Mystery Maid moved into the junction during the pandemic.
It's actually made us stronger.
And the community has come out in force to support their local vendors. But more help, they say, is needed.
I'd really like to see the city dive in more with some sort of economic support for the businesses on this peninsula.
West Seattle has a long way to go to get back to the way it's always been.
I really just hope that we can get past the pandemic, we can get this bridge knocked out as fast as possible and start getting back to some resemblance of West Seattle again.
Higher Hi, everybody. Thanks for checking out our YouTube page. I'm meteorologist Shannon O'Donnell from the KOMO weather team. You can see more of our videos right here by clicking on the video links for additional news from the Seattle area and Western Washington. Oh, and don't forget to click the subscribe button below so you don't ever miss our YouTube updates.